MeghalayaPost.news.
Ka kanhon ki menteri sarkar jilla mandagasngi hadien ke jingshong ya mejumut ke basani bha lapan pau ban ai ke jingmenjur halor ke jingthmu thiet jaka ban Pynheh ya ke artli ki ka lingsun ya ke jilla kata ke Shillong airport bat ka Baljek airport lapan tipru ya kini do menteri ramba ke jilla ukondat ke sama hadin ke jingilang akba la shim ya kini kerai hadin malapan shong nong rim bha halor ke kaifat sorjamin ke bang shudap hakini ki artli ki ka lingsun Kembala batai baki lingsun ki bakham he kila ban hiar ban ai jing sakri ya ki pai ba nong le jangwan o menteri ramba ke jela le thuru ba shen kan sadan ke jingpan jingbit ne ki bor ka Directorate General of Civil Aviation DGCA ban pinya ya ki kam halor ke jing Pynheh ya ki ni ki ka lingsun ki bakan thup nandu ke jing thiet ya ki jaka ke jingdan kam ban pom ya ki lom bat kiwe nak banta ke Shillong airport kat bana ke banta ke Baljek airport ki kam ke nang ya chkaman na kalyang ke sarkar jela Meghalaya kan haban penmang ya ke jinglut kemba shispa klor na ke benta ke jing Pynheh ya ki jakaya ki lingsun runways ke bandan kemba sanspa nyophowe mitar kadwa kiwe ki jinglut ke ban kot kemba san folklore tingka on behi da ke airport authority of India lapan pau ukonrat ke sama.
Apart from that, we had a detailed presentation. It was not a formal item, but it was a presentation that was given by the Transport Department, which is basically for the expansion of the Shillong airport. As you are aware that we have been facing a large number of challenges, and previous technical reports had made it quite difficult for us to actually go into the feasibility of expanding the airport. But after doing a study which was sanctioned by the state government last year to do a LIDAR survey of the entire area around the airport, about 20 square kilometers was studied, and this is of course being done with Airport Authority of India on board. We are happy to inform that we have been able to come out with few options where in the existing airport itself we should be able to extend the runway, which would make it feasible for at least the Airbus A320 and the Boeing 737. 737 is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Boeing 737, which is about 180-170 seater aircrafts. In layman's term, basically the Indigo flights and the SpiceJet flights that we normally take. So this particular study and this particular master plan and this implementation should allow us to make the landing of these aircrafts feasible in the existing airport that we have. Of course, there are certain more clearances that are required. Further discussions have to be done with Government of India, especially with DGCA and the Civil Aviation Ministry. So we are on the job. It is still at, you can say the process and the planning stage is still on. But the initial report that we have seen today from the Transport Department is very encouraging and very positive. And we are hopeful that we should be able to take this forward. But as I said that I will not jump the gun right now. We will only come out with a detailed press note and all the facts once we are able to clear all the clearances and meetings with the DGCA and the Civil Aviation Ministry. But since this was in the agenda and since we discussed this and since it's a positive news for all of us, I thought I would share this with you that after the meeting we had, we are quite hopeful that we should be able to extend the runway, and we're hopeful that if all the different aspects fall into place, we should be able to land the normal commercial flights, which is normally the A320 and the Boeing 737 in the existing airport. So those presentations were given to us. So those are the few discussions that took place in the cabinet today. Thank you. So we cannot say, as I said, because we have to talk to DGCA and we have to talk to the Civil Aviation Ministry. But the survey that was done along with the Airport Authority of India, the survey and the technical report has come out feasible. So we are on the right track. Now the process starts of actually extending the runway, certain permissions required from DGCA, certain other aspects and works that need to be done, details of which I will share in a later stage with you. But what my point being is that in the previous months and years, we were still struggling on looking at whether we'll go for a new site, whether we have to chop off the mountains, whether we have to do all those things. So at least we are now clear that we have a very, very much reasonable and a feasible option in front of us, which is very much implementable, and we are now on track. Timing is something that really depends on so many factors, because some of the factors are beyond our control. But what I would like to share is that we are now in the right direction, and the process is on, and we are very, very hopeful that we should be able to, move the things in the right direction. But definitely, it's something that will take time, because extension of the runway has to be done. I can share with you that we have to extend the runway by about 500 plus meters. So obviously that requires so many aspects to be looked into. So we'll look at all those aspects. But as I said, at least now we know where we're heading. Absolutely not. In fact, the discussion of land acquisition for Baljek is also on. The land acquisition process, the identification by the revenue department, revenue branch of the DC office is already under process. They have done an initial report. The Airport Authority of India was not at that point satisfied with that report. So another detailed report is now being prepared. So both are going hand in hand, and we are keen that in both locations the flight should start. In fact, the work for the Baljek airport has started before. The process for this one, for the Umrah airport started, because in Umrah airport we were also looking at the option of a new location. But then that's when the government, we sat down, when it said that, well, why don't we revisit this and see once more and invest a bit on technical reports, and maybe there could be an option that could come out where we may be able to actually bring in the larger aircrafts in the existing airport itself. So it was a chance we took, and we're happy that this particular step we took has given us a an option. So we were happy with this, and we are working ahead and going ahead with Baljek also. In fact, in Baljek airport also, in advanced state, all the discussions are taking place at a very, very advanced stage.
meghalayapost.news